popular board game called Black Card Revolt. BET also is making a game show. It might be already on TV. I don't watch BET, but I've seen the commercial. Right? Called Black Card Revolt, where people are coming on there and they're answering different questions, and they're saying, if you don't know this, you don't have this answer, you don't know anything about this, your black card shall be revoked. Well, today we're telling you today that it's time for you to voluntarily revoke your black card. Because you're not black, you're not an African American, you're from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. And anything that has to do with black people, African American people, Southerns, niggas, thugs, dots, all of that, you need to let it go. Because it ain't you. You're from the nation of Israel. You are the most high special people that he called special above all people. And you need to walk in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Now I'm about to go into the Apocrypha. And we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus, the 11th chapter. Now, Jay, put that link from the King James Bible online. And for those who haven't been with us, we teach from the Apocrypha, the original 1611 King James Bible, which have the books of the Apocrypha in it. We don't believe anything that the Catholic Church tells us, or the Protestant Reformation, who declares these books to be not spiritually inspired. We know that they don't want these books in the Bible because these books call them out to be the liars that they are. Now, so we're going to go into the Apocrypha here. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 11. We're going to look at verses 1 through 17 here. And we go in here because we want to show you that the way our people are carrying themselves and treating other peoples and going after success is not the way that the Most High intended us to do. So we're going to show you here in the Bible here how the Most High says we're supposed to go for success, how we're supposed to treat people, and how we're supposed to carry ourselves amongst the public. All right? Now, Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, start at verse 1.
Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is low of degree, and maketh him to sit among great men.
Please read that for me again.
Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree.
Education from college, lift it up.
Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree.
Money lifts him up.
Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him sit among great men.
You see that? It says, wisdom lifted up the man of low degree. Now, when you go through the neighborhoods, you just go around our people. People have a lot of knowledge, but none of it is based on the Most High God. And I'm not talking about being able to quote Bible verses, because anybody can do that. An atheist can do that. You understand? I'm talking about having the wisdom that only the Holy Spirit can reveal to you. So read that for me again.
Wisdom lift up the head of him that is of low degree.
So that means the wisdom of the Most High God will lift up the head of a man that may be born in a poverty state. He will lift up the man that will be put into situations that everything that all the circumstances and everything was against him. Not money, not knowing the right people, not selling out, not selling your soul. You understand? Not cutting somebody's throat. But wisdom will do that. And it will do what?
And make him to sit among great men.
And it will make him to sit among great men. I don't have to cut my man's throat to get in good with somebody. I don't have to sell out somebody. I don't have to go out and make myself to be a sugar daddy or anything of that nature. I just need the wisdom of the Most High God following the Holy Spirit, and that will place me in the places that I need to be. And I'm telling you right now, I'm a living testimony of that. The things that the Most High has done for me, I'm telling you, the rooms that I've been in, the places that I've been with, the people that I know, the favor that I have, with people all around this world is only because of the wisdom that the Most High has given me. I went into a room, I got invited to a meeting just because I was having a conversation with some people. And they was like, yo, man, you might want to come in this meeting. I went into the meeting. I met the superintendent of the Anson County Schools. The Most High told me to go home and type this thing up. I had nothing to do with it. I typed it up and went and talked to him, and he created me a job. Straight out. Just based on what the wisdom that the Most High told me to give. The wisdom got people contacting me all over the world. Talking about, hey, man, we'd love you to come preach here. Or what is your insight on this? Or what do you think about this? And I'm just a country dude from Anson County. You understand? So I don't have to sell out. I don't have to play myself. All I have to do is be submissive to what the Most High said to do, and he opens up the doors. Verse 2.
Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance.
You see that? See, this is the problem that we're having. Because if you only people that get certain compliments is the people who look a certain way. So if you look a certain way, you got a certain part, you wear certain clothes, people will commend you, they will open the door for you, they'll roll out the red carpet for you. But if you don't look that way, people don't want to have nothing to do with you. And the Most High is saying we're not supposed to be operating like that. So like, you have a woman, she'll be beautiful. She'll get chance after chance after chance. But then you have this other woman come in and they may think she's not as attractive as her. They won't even give her a chance. You have a man come in, he come in with the tight shirt on and all skizzled out. You're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen to this guy. Man come in, overweight, don't got the right clothes on, don't got the pocket squares on, all these things. You won't even listen to anything that he have to say. Read that for him again.
Commend not a man for his beauty,
Uh-huh.
neither abhor a man for his outward appearance.
That's right. Verse 3.
The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things.
You see that? Now he's comparing the honeybee that is very, very, very small, right? But what produces out of it is something that we all love, and that's honey. So you need to stop worrying about where you start. The Bible says, despise not small beginnings, because thy latter end shall be great. So just because what you have don't look maybe appealing to everybody else, that doesn't mean that the Most High will not be able to use you in a mighty way. Verse 4.
Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor.
Boy, I tell you, this is completely opposite. This is completely opposite of how our people get down. Completely opposite. Read it for him again.
Boast not in thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor.
You see that? You don't supposed to be going around blowing your own horn. If you got nice clothes, that's what's up. Okay? But you don't have to be trying to use that as a way to exalt yourself and belittle everybody else around you. You understand? And then he said what?
For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
See that? So what he's saying is, what the Most High is doing, the Most High is just going around blessing people. He ain't doing the boasting. So all these people that you see, he didn't want to give it to them. He ain't boasting about what he's doing. So he's saying, why are you boasting about what you have? If what the Most High is doing is hidden, he ain't going around here screaming on her. Why are you doing it? When everything you have comes from the Most High. And this is, like I said, remember what we're talking about here for those who are just coming on. It's called Black Card Revolt. Now, as a black man, you're supposed to be out here popping tie, I got this on, the Gucci on, the Prada. You're supposed to be saying it all the time. But the Most High said, you don't supposed to be doing that. Who are you going to listen to? Social media? Rap music? Popular culture? Or the Most High? Verse 5.
Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath won the crown.
Man, read that for him again.
Many kings have sat down upon the ground.
Many people that everybody held in high state have sat down on the ground, which means that they was on the top. They had everything going for them. Everybody loved them. Everybody screamed out their name. They ended up where?
Have sat down upon the
They
ground.
ended up sitting down on the ground. Nothing. And then what?
And one that was never thought of have won the crown.
And the people that nobody never considered, the people that nobody never gave honor to, the people whose name was never mentioned, wore the crown. So you need to stop worrying about where you started. You need to stop worrying about how it looks. You need to stop worrying about what everybody's saying. Just because they're not saying your name, just because they're not screaming you, just because they're not hashtagging you and liking you and supporting you and sharing you and boasting on you, it doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you, the truth of the matter is, when everybody's with you, 9 times out of 10, that means that the Most High is not. That's just really what it means, ultimately. Okay? When nobody ain't rocking with you, when you can barely get support, when you can barely get people to sow seeds to you, when you can barely get people to stand with you, 9 times out of 10, that means that the Most High is with you. And they're going to be right there with you, standing there saying, yo, what's up? When you get to where you're going. So don't worry about it. Verse 6.
Many mighty men have become greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered unto other men's hands. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke.
Now, here we go again. Our people on social media sometimes just makes me cry. It just really, sometimes it just brings tears. It makes me really, really sad. Because we don't need no information. We don't need to know the full story. We just go on social media and just run off at the mouth. Accuse people. Say anything. Blast people. Put people on blast. It doesn't matter. Read that for him again.
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke.
Understand first, then rebuke. Because many times we have attacked people, we have said things, and didn't know what we were talking about. Sometimes you gotta consider where your source is coming from. So many people relationships, so many people marriages, so many people business relationships that they have are being destroyed by people who wanted to destroy them. And people just ran with what they were saying, what somebody told them, and ultimately it was the devil trying to bring them down the whole time. So he says, understand first, then rebuke. This is, once again, completely opposite of what they say black people do. We just pop off before we know anything. Verse 8.
Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
That's right.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners.
Oh my God, read that for him again.
Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not.
Why in the world is our people so concerned with who they call so-called celebrities? I mean, you got people arguing people down, ready to fight over somebody that don't even know them. It's really confusing to me. Somebody posts something on Facebook, you get offended, they're not even talking to you, not even talking about you, and you feel the need, I got to go on there, I got to say what I got to say. What's going on with our people, man? That we feel like we got to put our 2 cents in everything. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, it shouldn't matter. Leave it alone. This has happened to me before. I have posted something, right? And then I have seen somebody come on and post about what I posted. And I'm like, dang, man, like, really? And I'm like, you got it, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If that's what you feel you need to do, then go do it. We need to stay out of things that don't got nothing to do with us and need to say what?
And sit not in judgment with sinners.
Sit not in judgment with sinners. Listen, we know our people. Everybody ain't there yet. Okay? So the Bible tells us, matter of fact, go to Galatians 6 real quick. Go to Galatians 6 real quick. Read verses 1 through 3. The Most High is bringing this out right here. I want that to be said real quick.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
You see that? So the Most High said, read that for him again.
Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
So that means, when you find somebody out there fornicating, when you find somebody out there doing something they ain't got no business doing, when you see somebody committing adultery, cheating on their husband, cheating on their wife, when you know somebody's stealing, when doing something they ain't got no business, you supposed to do what?
Brethren, if any man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness.
You go on social media and put them on blast.
Restore such a one in the spirit of meekness.
You take an inbox and share it and screenshot it and put it on Facebook.
Restore such a one in the spirit of meekness.
You record it and put it up and go live so everybody can see them in their drop.
Restore such a one in the spirit of meekness.
You restore them with meekness. Why?
Considering thyself, lest thou be also tempted.
Because you may find yourself in a position where you need somebody to show you some kindness and humility as well. Verse 2.
Bear ye not another's burden, bear ye one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Christ.
That's right.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
He do what?
If a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
He deceiveth himself. You understand? So we need to take care of people. We need to love on people. You understand? We don't need to just always trying to look to destroy somebody when we find them in their weakest point. You understand? Because there was a point in time when you didn't know what you knew. There was a point in time when Christ wasn't a part of your life. There was a point in time when you were doing whatever you wanted to do and you didn't care about what nobody had to say about it. But that ain't what black people do, is it? We catch you at your lowest point and we seek to destroy you. And then they call it my Christian duty. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Go verse 10.
My son, meddle not with many matters. For if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain. Neither shalt thou escape by fleeing.
That's right.
There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind.
That's right.
Again, there is another that is slow and has need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord look upon him for good, and set him up from his low estate.
Man, now, what that means, start back in verse 11 again.
There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind.
This person, he precept this right here to Jeremiah 17:5. When it said, curses the man who has made man his strength. So as black people, they tell you, you're supposed to go get yours, and you got to step on another man's back. You got to cut a man's throat. You got to work up from sun to sundown. You got to go get it. Grind, 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 grind. How's that working out for our people? Is that helping out? Are we really overcoming? So he's saying labor, taking on pains, working much haste, doing whatever you want to do, and you're still more behind. Look at this. Look at the status of our children. That's growing up home by themselves because the parents are working, trying to keep up with the Joneses, and they're still behind. If you make $50,000 a year, you're not supposed to live at $50,000. You're supposed to live at 35, 40, save money. Then you get to the next point. But our people are so caught up with trying to look rich and try to be rich instead of actually doing what thus says the Most High and walking in the wealth of the riches that the Most High guaranteed us in Psalms 112. That's why we went there first. But then he said, verse 12, read verse 12 for him though.
Again, there is another that is slow.
That is slow.
That has need of help.
That need people to help come support them.
Wanting ability.
They don't have all the talent.
And full of power.
And they ain't got no money.
Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good, and he set him up from his low estate.
And that's the one that the Most High set up. You know why? Because he called on the Most High. You can precept that to Jeremiah 17, verse 7. You can precept that to Psalms 1, verse 1. 1 through 3. So it ain't about what you have. It's about who you call upon. It ain't about necessarily about your ability. This is the equation. God will take your ability and he will add his supernatural ability. And the equation, the sum of that will be prosperity. But our people are so focused on doing it themselves because the Gentiles told you, listen, man, come get you some civil rights, come get you some education, come get you some affirmative action, and we're going to take care of you. The Most High ain't never told us to do none of that. And that's why our communities look the way they do. But today's lesson for those who just coming on is entitled, Black Card Revoked. Now, verse 13.
And lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it.
Now, start back with verse 12 so they get to understand verse 13.
Again, there is another that is slow, and has need of help, wanting ability, and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good, and set him up from his low estate.
That's right.
And lifted up his head from misery, so that many saw it, marveled at him.
So many saw it. This is what the Most High told you. This is what he talks about in Matthew the 6th chapter. That if you pray to him in secret, that if you fast to him in secret, that you give to the poor in secret, that he will reward you openly. You understand? See, there should be no such thing as a person calling himself a self-made man. A self-made man is headed to destruction. You understand? But when the Most High do the exaltation, that's why it says in 1 Peter 5 and 6, humble yourself under the mighty hand of the Lord, and he will exalt you in due time. But we're not, how can you be exalted to someone you don't even serve, that you don't even know? You understand? Someone that you won't even listen to. This is so much more than church attendance, ladies and gentlemen. This is so much more than church attendance. And black people pack the churches out every Sunday. And they're suffering every day. Because they're still living as a black man, as an African American man. And you're not, neither one of those. You're from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. So it's time to revoke your black card. Verse 14.
Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law.
Of what?
Understanding of the law.
Oh, and the grace.
Understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him.
You see that? Now start back in verse 14.
Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Everything that you have. So if you're prosperous, or you're going through adversity, if you're living, or you're on your way out, if you got poverty, or you got riches, it all comes from the Lord. And it all determines of how you seek him. Verse 15.
Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord.
That's right.
Love and the way of good works are from him.
That's right.
Error and darkness have their beginning together with sinners.
Please read that again.
Error and darkness had their beginning together with the sinners.
That's right.
And evil shall wax old with them that glory therein.
So when you glory in your sins, when you live in the black way, when you live in the thug life, when you live in the club life, when you live in the hood life, this is what comes upon our people. Ready for them again, verse 16?
Error and darkness had their beginning together with sinners.
You see that? Error and darkness have your beginning with sinners. So that means when you're living in sin, you're automatically in error. There's nothing you can do right coming from that. No matter, I don't care what the church tells you. If you're living in sin, there's nothing positive that's ever going to come from that. Nothing. If you're living in sin, you cannot have the light of the Most High in your life. You will be living in error and you will be living in darkness. That's just straight up the way it's going to be. Then he said what?
And evil shall wax old with them that glory therein.
That's right.
The gift of the Lord remaineth with the godly, and his favor bringeth prosperity forever.
Read that for him again.
The gift of the Lord remaineth with the godly.
With those who go to church.
With the godly.
Those who have a Christian T-shirt.
With the godly.
Those who post Bible verses on Facebook.
With the godly.
Those who go live from every church service.
With the godly.
Those who go live in the call with their call ministry.
With the godly. And his favor bringeth prosperity forever.
His grace brings favor.
His favor bringeth prosperity forever.
Today's lesson is entitled Black Card Revoked. Black card revoked. Now, how are we looking at on time right now?